I don't want to sound like those people be like, yeah, the music has changed. Just if not, why not? And I'll wait for it.
And it doesn't matter what age as well.
Yeah, I'm still young. I don't know what to talk about.
I'm available.
Well, for the girl, scum say.
DJ Tanya T.
Lessons.
It becomes easy as you go along because now you're not following. You're in a position to lead instead of being in a position to follow. And when you're leading, your vision is different.
Hello, hi you guys, I'm Londra Jacobs and I'm here with my co-host Tanya Boyson, and this is the 16th episode of the Come Up series, and today we have Chad P on the decks on the show. Welcome Chad P.
Welcome, Chad.
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
We're all good, thank you, we're good. So tell us more about Chad. Who is Chad P?
Wow, okay. Who am I? Okay. I'm just a regular dude who happens to love music, happens to love life. Love, peace, and vibes is a motto of mine. And yeah, man, I'm just a dude who happens to DJ.
Okay. So Chad, what first got you into music?
I come from a musical background. My late father was a career musician, and they got me into the bug early, from as early as I think grade 1.
Oh wow!
From as early as like grade 1, they tried to push me into learning piano. No discipline for that, but but I happened to also be a choir boy, and the weird part of it happened regarding music when I was about 11, 12. And ended up joining the Drakensberg Boys Choir, and it ended up being, the best 3 school years of my life. Ironically, because it was an all-boys school, everyone has all-boys school. Yeah, I was there, but anyway, and that sort of broadened my horizons in terms of music and all of that as well. And the funny thing is, with regards to DJing, look, I happen to have like older friends in like my high school years who were DJs as well, and they kind of like roped me into it. I used to think they were like so cool, but then while talking to them and interacting with them, that bug kind of hit, because you realize that you're also music connoisseurs in a sense. You both love music. Like when you have conversations, you don't feel left behind. And
nice.
You don't feel left behind, and you in a position where you're exchanging inputs, you're exchanging ideas. And I kind of fell for the art of DJing that way as well. And it took me long to get into it. But we might get into that a bit later. But eventually I just told myself, you know what? If not, why not? And I went for it.
And it doesn't matter what age as well.
Yeah, I'm still young. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, for the people out there, it doesn't matter what age. It doesn't matter.
Junior was
I also want to start DJing. I wanted to all the time, but people just thought, no, Tanya must just be in this direction all the time. Like, if people can teach me, it's fine. I'm in there. They need more colored people on the decks. It's fine. I'm here. I'm available.
Well, for the girl, scum say.
DJ Tanya T on the deck.
Lessons.
So, Chad, is being a DJ your full-time career, or do you have another career path that you're in at the moment?
No, this is entirely a passion project. And I like it this way in a sense, because it's a labor of love, if I can call it that. I believe in the purity of art. And look, if it happens that by some chance, it happens, then it happens. But at this moment, it's about, doing something that I love. It's a great escape for me. I'm happy when I do it.
Okay.
I'm happy out there and I play, and there's a sense of fulfillment that doesn't come, that comes beyond, fame, money, or all of that.
Yeah.
Not saying those aren't important, guys.
Yeah.
Aim is high, but yeah, for now, it's a passion project, something that I'm doing something that I love.
Okay.
That's nice.
DJing is like also an outlet for you.
Definitely.
Okay. Do you also make your own music?
Not now, but you never know. Maybe in the future.
Okay.
I might just hop into a studio and,
Yeah.
do
Mix.
some great work. Yeah, you never know. That's a possibility. It's not something that I'm gonna do out. But it's not something that I'm doing now. And some
It will
dreams
happen.
might lead to it. But yeah.
It will happen. So what do you think some skills DJs need to be successful in the industry?
Look, two things that strike me is that you need to always have an open mind. That's the first thing. You need to always have an open mind. You need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to, understand that your way isn't entirely, the way. And also you have to be able to take in from different places, because as much as, you're a DJ, you're an artist as well. And artists gain inspiration from all sorts of avenues and all sorts of places, and you have to be open to it and open to receiving it. And, you can't go into this one-track minded. That's the most important, one of the most important things.
Yeah,
And
because music is like art as well, and it's always changing and evolving. So you also want to be flexible in that sense.
no, it definitely is. It is art. It's like art. It is art.
Yeah.
Art is an expression, it's comes in different forms, and what you put out there is works of art. Whether you do it on this level, whether you do it on that level, whether you do it on that level. It's like saying, yes, I'm not a painter, but if I throw a stick man, it's still art to someone, similar. But another thing also that's very important is you need to back yourself as well. You need to back your ear, you need to back your ability, you need to back your taste, you need to back yourself. You can't go into this thing trying to be a people pleaser. You can't go into this thing thinking, maybe if I play this, and no, you believe in yourself, basically. In short, that is something very important. Back yourself, back your ability, back what you can do, and then back yourself to be able to reach certain levels as well.
Okay, so when you say back yourself, is it in terms of when people ask you to come and play at an event? Do you mean in that sense, like, do you mean that way, back yourself in that sense, like charge what you have to charge, or what?
It's more about confidence and ability.
Oh, okay.
But even that, I personally believe, look, one thing is for sure.
Yeah.
Stand your ground, but within reason.
Okay.
If I have no experience at all, I can't be charging as much as an experienced DJ. People will be like, who's this guy? But at the same time, you can't take yourself for a fool.
Yeah.
True.
So in your art and your time.
Yeah, but it's more about you and yourself and music in terms of, when I talk about backing yourself.
Okay.
Believe.
Okay. Okay, understand. So what would you say is the most rewarding part of being a DJ?
Playing a set. Seeing people enjoy themselves. People, having that one guy, you're doing the things, or my word, you're set, you're set, To be honest, it's seeing people. You find joy in other people. Like that. Finding joy in other people's joy is, for me, one of the most fulfilling. Because also when you go out, when you go to certain things, let's say you're going out to a bar or something, you have your reasons. You might have had a stressful day at work / week at work. You might just be out to enjoy yourself. You might, you never know what people's circumstances are. But them going there and, having a nice time, and that you did this. There's a sense of, oh, But,
I get you. You feel like you
but
feel that beat, you're like, yes, let go.
Dat was er ook weer.
It was
yeah, that. And then the thing is having the platform to inspire. You know, it's super crazy, but you know, having the platform to inspire in different ways and different means. You know, even in this very early stage of me doing this, I've had people come to me and be like, you know what, no. Like, for instance, one time I had a friend who was like, you know what, I couldn't study. I had nothing in me to study. And then I just popped and listened to one of your mixes, and all of a sudden I couldn't stop going, you know, things like that. And
oh,
it's,
so you have like your own mixes.
yeah, I have mixes that I've recorded and things like that.
Oh,
I do. Yeah, I'm cataloging, yeah.
cool stuff. Actually,
Yeah.
on that, like, how do you keep up with the trends of music?
Love for the game. Let's call it that. Love for the game. Look, I am a fan first. I am a lover of music first. So even way before, you know, I even thought, okay, let me try out DJing. I was always out listening to music, you know, trying to stumble upon whatever I feel is good. You know, if there's something I like, okay, let me dig in more. Let me dig in more. That's always been me. People even go on about the fact that I always have an earphone in my ear. so it's literally, you know, it's not difficult to keep up with such things, you know. But also it goes back to the thing I mentioned about backing yourself. If you back yourself and you believe in your ability, you believe in your ear, it becomes easier as you go along, because now you're not following, you're in a position to lead instead of being in a position to follow. And when you're leading, your vision is different.
Nice.
So what advice would you give someone that would want to enter the music industry and become a DJ?
Firstly, go for it. Go for it. That's the first thing. Number two, love what you do. Don't try and go into it for any sense of clout or anything like, I'm a DJ. No, go for it for the love.
Yeah, I get you.
That's the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, when you love something, that's going to be the thing that drives you. When you're sitting at home for months because you're not getting gigs, you're not getting booked. When you might have not had the best set, that's the thing that's going to keep you going at the end of the day.
Chad, I didn't ask you. Sorry, repeat yourself.
Doing it for the love.
Oh,
is the thing that's going to keep you going. Yes, and thirdly, be open to learn, you know. Be open to learn. Music is such that it's ever changing. And it's always evolving. And, you know, it's not to say keep up, but it's to say you're never going to be perfect. And you shouldn't believe that you're going to be perfect. And at the same time, you know, if you find that you're doing it because you enjoy, when you do it because you enjoy it, because you love it, it doesn't feel like a chore at all.
Nice.
So, yeah.
But I actually forgot to ask you, what genre of music do you play?
Primarily house. Huge into house. It hasn't always been that way, funny enough. But that being said, because of, you know, me and my multi-genre love for music as a whole, you know, it keeps me, you know, going in the sense that, you know, you want to experiment. You want to see how does this work with that. You want to, you know, but primarily I'm a house DJ.
Okay.
Do you play at all events, or do people have to book you for certain events only, like weddings or birthdays or pub events?
I will put it like this. I'll go where I'm wanted. Okay. Obviously, I do have my type of aesthetic in mind.
Yeah.
But I'll go where I'm wanted. You know, they say go where you're loved. Yeah. Go where you're loved, and you'll be happy. Obviously, when I do talk or try and talk to people, I have a certain aesthetic, I have a certain setting in mind. And I go there believing that I can add value. I'm not going to go talk to you blindly. But if you book me, I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy. If you book me, I'm there.
Cool.
So do you think the music industry has moved away from the art itself and it's more focused on the artist's personal life? And how has the art changed for you from the 90s until now?
Look, a lot of the time when we hear the term music industry,
Yeah.
we focus on the word music, forgetting the importance of the word industry. Industry meaning business.
Mm-hmm.
And that I believe is something we fail to look at a lot of the time. The music industry obviously has changed because business has changed, industry has changed, industry has evolved. There's more into it now. It's not about the fact that, oh, I can sing, or oh, I can rap. It's about, okay, I can rap, but can you put me in a video? Can you put me in advertising campaigns? Can I be able to relate to the media, relate to the people? You start looking at yourself as an artist, as a brand overall. And that is important because of the money that is rolling around in the industry as well. And with that money comes demands, comes pressures. So, I don't want to sound like those people be like, yeah, the music has changed. There's so much better. But look here, firstly, even if it's true, you're speaking out of nostalgia.
Okay.
Secondly, everything must change.
Yeah.
Everything is an evolutionary process. If you're not with it, don't be with it. If you're with it, cool.
True. And I think it comes with age as well. You get to that point like, hey, some music are sounding like noise, and then you want to go back and listen to 90s music. Yeah. So I guess it's that as well.
It's speaking out of nostalgia.
Yeah, true. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like at a certain age, you get to that point like, oh, what happened to the music? What happened to the music industry and things? And then you realize, okay, yeah, as you say, it's speaking out of the nostalgia. So
exactly.
Yeah. And
exactly. And it hasn't changed as much as we think, to be honest.
Really?
It's just that, it hasn't changed as much as we think. I'm talking about the industry. Obviously, the music has, in a sense.
Okay.
The music has, but even that, not by much. You just reach different phases in life.
Yeah.
When our parents were our age, for instance, they were going on like us, barring difference in circumstances and everything. Essentially, they were going on like us as well. And their parents were talking to them the way our parents were talking to us. But there were trends that they didn't agree with. There were mannerisms they didn't agree with. And our parents were also telling their parents that you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And now we're at that stage. And sooner or later, we're going to be parents ourselves. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to look at our kids like this too.
I'm trying, and then the kids are going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about, you're old.
Exactly. And they're also going to get to a point where they're like, you know what, actually, Mommy and Daddy taught me. Yeah. But it's the circle of life, guys.
Well, that's all we have for today. And thank you so much for watching the Come Up series with Chad here on the decks. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channels. And we will be giving you more information of Chad, how you can contact him and how you can connect with him. Thank you so much. Until our next episode. Bye.
Bye.